Interaction is just partly obscured by a column in the lobby. Then they appear to shake hands, talk, and Irvin seems to touch her elbow briefly. She steps back. They keep talking. About 70 seconds pass. He touches her other elbow, laughs. They shake hands and walk away. Irvin looks back and appears to slap himself in the face. Irvin's attorney said the employee did not look uncomfortable to them and focused on a man several feet away who can be seen clapping, suggesting he, who they believe is the woman's manager, might have been angry with her for talking to Irvin. Of course, the one thing this video does not have: audio. On a radio show after this first happened, Irvin said he had a few drinks, didn't really remember the incident, but today said their conversation was about football, the shows he worked on, and where the employee could watch them. In a filing last week, Marriott claimed instead he made sexually explicit comments to the employee. Here is Irvin's.
This video is Michael Irvin. He was a famous football player back in the day. Now he's he was a sports analyst. This man is as alpha as you can get. These red pill guys, who I like some of their content, I like what they say, but the whole notion of like you're gonna keep your frame, you always gotta keep frame. Like, this dude is a high, he's got high status. He's got tons of money. He's like 6'6" tall. He's built, obviously. He was a football player, and he still looks like he takes care of himself. He's got a deep voice. He's everything that these red pill guys say that women just completely adore, right? Like, they'll just melt all over these guys. And she's saying, and she's putting out accusations that he sexually assaulted her because he touched her fucking elbow. So, like, this is what pisses me off about these red pill channels, like Rollo Tomasi, and that guy. Like, I like his book. His book is awesome, and I like some of the stuff he says. But the drama going on with these people is, like, insane. Like, they're attacking other people. They attacked the Valuetainment show Rollo did, and it's like, they're always like, stay in your frame, but they act all feminine and losing their frame on camera and getting emotional, and they want to say, oh, guys, with this and that. And it's like, dude, listen, man. If you got a problem with somebody, like you got a problem with another dude, these other guys, Anthony Dream Johnson or whatever, why don't you guys fight it out in a boxing ring or a MMA cage? You guys don't do shit. You guys are a bunch of pussies. That's what they are. They're a bunch of pussies. I like Aaron Clary, man. I like him. He rolls with these guys. But a lot of these guys, and I used to follow them all the time and listen to them all the time, and they do have a lot of good advice, a lot of good points. But the way females are going right now, how insane they are right now, you're putting yourself at high risk. Now this is just one thing, right? This is one situation, and maybe he made her feel uncomfortable. Maybe she wants to try to get money off of this guy. But there's another story of Tiger Woods getting sued by his ex-girlfriend or something that Aaron Clary did. I didn't hear the whole story, but you know what I mean? It's like these high-profile guys are being taken advantage, like they are getting screwed over. So, like, this whole notion of you gotta put in the work, all, yeah, I get it. That's cool, man. I should put in the work for myself. But, okay, I'm not about the whole dolls thing, man. I think that's weird. I wouldn't want my own doll. I don't want to sit there and having to dress it up and do all this stupid crap. But I don't blame guys for doing that. I don't blame guys for wanting to interact with a freaking doll and have like AI girlfriend or something, because it's so damn risky. It is so risky. I feel so uncomfortable at work. I feel uncomfortable talking to females. I have to like having this extreme filter now, and it's so bad where I could tell that females want me to talk to them. Not saying I'm some kind of Don Juan. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. But since I don't interact with them, I don't approach them, I don't do anything other than talk about work. And if we start going to conversations other than work, I try to make it basic as possible. Like talk about food or some stupid crap I don't care about. And when other people come in and start injecting like sexual things, you know how guys talk? Well, it makes me like, okay, my mouth shut. It makes me feel uncomfortable. But I think I make other females feel so uncomfortable because I don't talk to them. I don't approach them. I don't do anything. I used to approach women all the time at work and talk to them all the time at work. But now it's so risky, and you're like, you're a pussy, man. You know, it's like you're just out of your frame. You're a incel. Yeah, I'm an incel, man. That's cool. My body count is pretty big, and I'm not proud of it. But I see what's out there, and I see the high risk, and I see like, I don't even want to DM a female because they'll put it out there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such a toxic environment. It's such a risky environment and I'm like, of course I love women, and I want to be able to spend time with the woman and get to know her and do all that stuff. But when you're starting out fresh, you can throw game out there, but like, if a woman don't like you and she wants to like screw you over, she can. Everything's in her favor. Believe all women. And it's like, dude, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. And this next crop of young women are coming up. Their feelings are so like messed up, and not even like that. I don't want to like try to approach somebody who is trying to portray as a female either. Like, I don't want to do that, and it's becoming more and more prominent. It's still really, really rare, but I'm not gay, you know what I mean? So it's like, if people like that, that's cool, whatever. I don't care, but I'm not. I don't want to be dealing with that. Everything is so crazy in the dating market. Like, people who are married, like and they think that they can do better. Maybe they can, but they're taking a high risk. Or in your long-term relationship, you're better off just staying in your long-term relationship. I just think it's important for men to kind of just like, right now, just like focus on what you want to do, and kind of take a step back from females right now and give them space. And I think that's what women need right now in general is space. They need like a ton of space where they don't get any attention from men, not only in the physical world, but online, especially online. That's where the problem is. It's online. It just completely feeds their egos. So like, so it's like, do you think Michael Irvin was out of his frame? This dude has the deepest voice, man. Maybe he is feminine when he talks to females, but I highly doubt it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that dude's pretty damn alpha, man. Michael Irvin is pretty damn alpha. So, like, you don't get any more alpha. He's definitely more alpha than all those red pill guys that are trying to sell stuff. I think that's you know, I listen to him every now and then. I don't listen to him hardly at all anymore. Like Rollo, I don't listen to him at all. He comes on every Sunday and he has those streams. But he only talks about females. That's all he talks about is females. I like Aaron Clary. Now, I'm going to say this. Aaron Clary, he's got almost 100,000 subscribers. Go subscribe to him so he has 100,000. He has legit diverse discussions about economics, finances. Females are in there too, life advice. This guy is legit. He's definitely my favorite one. And even if he was like, if he was to see this video, let's just say hypothetically this video was to go um, viral, which it never will be, but if it was to go viral and he sees it and he's like, I don't like that guy, I'm still gonna like him. I'm still gonna support him because he has a lot of value that I really respect and appreciate. But go ahead and go, and it'd be cool if you guys like go subscribe to him. He's awesome. But a lot of these red pill guys, it's just like Ryan Stone, and it's kind of like, it's like they're just like douchebags, man. You're gonna get laid, man. You're gonna get laid. Like that's all. That's all, dude. Yeah, man. We like to get laid, but there's more to life than just getting laid, dude. Seriously, if you're still stuck in that, bro, 18, 19-year-old mentality of like, bro, I gotta get laid, dude. I gotta get laid. When you're like 40, you got some serious problems, man. You got some serious like immaturity and growing up to do. I also find it kind of weird. I don't know. I won't go into it, but this just shows you like you can be at the top. Like you can be in that top echelon of group. You know, blue check mark. You're in the club, and you can still get screwed over by somebody that maybe it was harmless. I mean, he didn't go up and he touched her arm a couple times. I mean, that's kind of like when you're having a conversation with somebody, you know, like you use your hands, you touch their arm or something like that, or blah blah blah. He didn't go and smack her on the ass. He didn't grab her boob. You know, it's like he wasn't grabbing her crotch. He wasn't like grabbing his crotch and it's like, you saw, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he said. Maybe he said something really vulgar to her. And then it shows him like slapping him. I don't know why he was slapping himself, but maybe just like, man, she's so hot. I don't know. I guess, but it's just like, this just shows you like it's so risky right now dealing with females. They're so like insane, and I'm like repulsed. I see like these young women, and yeah, they look good, but I'm almost repulsed at the same time because of their fucking shitty attitude. I don't even want to get to know them. I don't want anything to do with them. And that's bad. And it's like they only have one thing to offer. One thing to offer. And I mean, if the Chad like Michael Irvin is getting all the females, go ahead, man, have at it. Have at it. But a lot of there's no, you could be the top of the top. Look at Johnny Depp, man, and you'll still get screwed over by the other side, and like the laws are not on our side. I just think people should, like, guys shouldn't be shamed because they don't want to excel. They don't want to work 16 hours a week like Pat David. Like, I like Pat David. What's his name? He's off of Value Taming. He made Value Taming. But he's like, people only want to work, they want to have 3 days off. He's got a problem with that. It's like, dude, you're an entrepreneur. That's cool. You like to work all the time. But, you know, if you're just a regular person, you don't want to work all the time. There's more to life than just working for somebody else, or like, you know, like that's you. You're a workaholic. Cool, man. Usually entrepreneurs are workaholics, but most of us out here are just regular people, and that's pretty extreme. You know, like we're normal people that have normal lives, and you know, it's good to keep improving yourself, no doubt about that, but the whole, like, I just don't see any reason to try to get to that level. It's just not worth it to me. It's not worth the effort, the pain and suffering to. I can never get to that point of like a Michael Irvin, but you know what I'm saying? Even like an extreme poor man of a Michael Irvin. where, yeah, maybe I got like $250,000 in the bank or some shit, and I got a decent house and a brand new car in the driveway, and I got money coming in, and I make like $250,000 a year or something like that. Like, I'm just, I want to do good. It's not like I want to do bad or nothing, but what does it fucking matter? And it's like, what does it matter? I'm not gonna make a family, and I see what's out there, and I don't blame guys for not want to make a family. I was talking to somebody, and I don't want to say who, but I was talking to somebody, and they said that they don't even want to talk to females. It's like a waste of time. Because I was telling them, I was like, you can get to know them and stuff like that, but they're like, if they're just gonna leave anyway, what's the point? And he's extremely red pilled. I said, I still like females, man. I like, okay, I'm still going to try to interact with females. I like females, but you can't blame guys and shame guys because at this current state of reality, everything we just got, the psychological garbage that we just went through in 2020, 2021, 2022, and now we're in 2023 with all these different threats of a financial collapse, a World War III, nuclear exchange, all this fear and all this stuff is put out there of a recession, of a depression, of a civil war. All this constant garbage is like making people go crazy. And to take a step back and just like, you know what? I just want to see how things pan out. I'm just gonna work enough and try to enjoy my time off. What is wrong with that? What's out here, most of the females seem like they don't really like guys anyway. They don't really care about having a family, and they don't care about being a wife. Why do I care? So I'll just do me. I'll work enough to get by. If that's 25 hours, because I'm an extreme minimalist, and I'll just play video games the rest of the time. If that's 40 hours, cool, man. If that's 50 hours, because I want to be doing a little bit more traveling. And the whole traveling thing, I'm not even like really concerned about traveling. I don't even really care about it right now because of all the vaccine card and bullshit like that. So it's like, I really don't have a lot of incentive to want to work extra hard. You know what I mean? This is the mentality of young men. Like, why? What's the point? So, no, people are having kids. I wonder why. Well, it's not a good environment. It's not a good environment to raise a family. You got public schools that are trying to show adult content to little kids. I mean, like, seriously. You got teachers that are trying to, like, indoctrinate kids to confuse the hell out of them when they should just be teaching them the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Like, and they want to be talking about, like, their personal life. I never really got to know any of my teachers. I just, they weren't like, oh, you might know that they're married or something, but they never really talked about what they did on the weekend, or it's like, it's just like whatever. Trying to like just confuse your kids, like, people are people might say, oh, people are getting dumber and dumber. Well, there's a lot of information, man. There's a lot more information out here for people to learn about, just about anything. And they see, like, the environment that we're in, it's not actually the greatest. Yeah, we got stuff, we have heat, if you got an AC, you got food, you got water, you got shelter, if you work regular, but it's like a toxic. The society is so toxic, and people are so toxic, man. Like they weren't right. People are like from broken homes, and people have so much emotional problems. And they don't try to do anything to try to fix them, and they just like mask them with substances, whether they become alcoholics or um they eat themselves to death. They don't try to because of poor poor households that they were raised in. Like seriously, there's a lot of people that weren't raised right. There's a lot of in the next generation. You got a bunch of people that don't even know how to interact with other people. That's what's coming. They don't know how to interact at all. Be highly offended and really, really, really soft. Like their whole life is just digital, like on a game and behind it, like watching a screen. Like that's all they were raised on. So, I just think there needs to be a balance. You know, I don't mind my kids playing game, but I was cool with them playing with it, but and probably more than most. But they stayed out of trouble, and I kind of needed the extra help. I didn't get it, so I didn't have the support. But I didn't do everything 100% correctly. You just do the best you can as a parent, and I you know it's like I told my kids personally. I said, listen, I apologize, man. And if there's anything that you're holding on that I've done in the past that you're like, feel free to come up to me and get it off your chest, and then so you can try to heal from it. And that's the thing is, I think there's a lot of parents that don't want to take responsibility because their ego is in the way, and they just think that they just did everything right, and their kids think differently, and they don't want to give their kids that voice and that platform to try to get things out in the open and let go of it and heal and move on, because their ego is standing in the way. But you know, this is a highly toxic environment, and people have to be careful, especially young men, and men in general have to be extremely careful dealing with the toxic culture of females. I mean, we got sexuality and females being promiscuous is not looked down on anymore. The hookup culture is acceptable. You know that you go on Tinder and people search people based off of how they look. That's it. That's that's it. There's nothing about their personality. You know, females they just swipe. They don't then like maybe he's got more going on. No, it's just how he looks. Oh, he's under 6 foot. Oh. Okay, man. So if you're pretty superficial. Like people are very superficial and shallow nowadays. And I'm not saying that I'm not. There's levels of it, but there's an extreme shallowness nowadays because everyone has a little bit of shallowness, you know, but what they're attracted to. But there's just like an extreme amount of shallowness going on out here, and it's not just females; it's guys too. These unrealistic standards, you know. I where I'm at, because I feel, and I've always felt like I've been ahead of the curve, or curve, whatever. I feel like I've been ahead of it, okay? And the type of female I'm attracted to now is they don't have a diaper butt, which I used to love the diaper butt. Now, it's like, it's cool, man. It's like, whatever. I just want a female that has, a woman that has a regular body. She could be super thin. That's cool. I don't care. I don't care if she's got big boobs, big booty, or nothing like that. I don't care. I don't want her to look like a 10 all the time with her makeup. I don't like that. That just seems like high maintenance. I like the whole homely look. Not having to, I like the messy hair bun. Like, I like that. I like a more modest look, not her showing off everything to everybody, whether it's on the internet or in person, unless she's just with me. Like, yeah, that's awesome with just me, but like, I see these females and I'm like, they're all done up. I don't want to maintain that type of lifestyle where I always have to dress up every single second of the day. I don't want that. Even if I had the money, I don't want that. That's too much work, man. I don't care. It's like, I don't care. I really don't care about oppressing other people anymore. But it's getting worse. And when these females get plastic surgery, they all look the same. They got the lips, and then there's like the boobs and the butt, and they all look the exact same. It's highly risky, man. It's highly risky. And you know what the saddest thing is? Like, all the single moms, man. That's so sad. If you're a single mom, try to go back to your freaking the dad if you can. Try to go back to their dad. That's my advice. That's what I tell them. I was like, go back to the dad. If I see a single mom on TikTok, I say, go back to the dad. What's wrong with the dad? You liked him for some reason. Try to make it work. Unless they're really toxic, like they're cheating or they're a drug addict, but you shouldn't put yourself in that position anyway. Or it hits you, whatever. But yeah, I'm getting off. This video is way too long, so I want to watch TFM tonight. That's going to be really good considering all the stuff that all the stuff that's coming out with the Trump and the banking crisis. Hopefully his internet isn't messed up, but because TFM is on Saturday nights, he does it live, and you can listen to it on Rumble or you watch it, whatever. I just listen to his little podcast. When he talks about the dolls, I get highly annoyed with that, but after he gets done talking about the stupid dolls, he talks about some really highly intelligent, deep stuff, whether it's spiritual or he talks about anything, man. You can watch him on MGTOW TV, or you can or Rumble. Turd Flinging Monkey. Just look that guy up. He's got some really, really smart things when it comes to economics, and that's and politics as well. So that's it.